Hello and welcome to the Programming in C++ series. This video we're going to continue with Chapter 5, Control Structures Part 2, Repetitions. Before we get started, go ahead and smash the like button and please leave a comment after. And also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. When you subscribe to a YouTube channel, you're notified when the YouTuber adds new videos, and it helps you more easier navigate throughout YouTube. If you're unable to like or comment on a video, it means you're not logged in. So make sure you're logged in so you can like these videos. Also, if you don't have a YouTube account, it is free. It takes less than a minute to start one. All right, so let's dive into our first exercise, which will be programming in C++, programming exercise 5-16. And in this exercise, the examples 5-6 implements a number guessing game program. If the guess number is not correct, the program outputs a message indicating whether the guess is low or high. Modify the program as follows. Suppose that the variables num and guess are as declared in 5-6 and diff is an integer variable. Let diff equals the absolute value of number minus guess. So if diff is 0, then guess is correct, and the program outputs a message indicating that the user guessed the correct number. Suppose diff is not 0, then the program outputs the message as follows. If diff is greater than or equal to 50, the program outputs the message indicating that the guess is very high. If guess is greater than the number or very low, if guess is less than the number. If diff is greater than or equal to 30, and less than 50, the program outputs the message indicating that the guess is high if guess is greater than a number, or low if guess is lower than less than a number. If diff is greater than a number or equal to 15 and less than 30, the program outputs the message indicating that the guess is moderately high. If guess is greater than number or moderately low if guess is less than number. If diff is greater than 0 and less than 15, the program outputs the message indicating that the guess is somewhat high. If guess is greater than the number or somewhat low if guess is less than number. As in program exercise 15, give the user no more than 5 tries to guess the number. To find the absolute value of num, guess, use the expression abs times number minus guess. The function abs is from the header file cstd-lib. So, okay. And that's what we got. So let's look at our code. And let's go and see. All right. We've got everything, all the include statements already included. And start with our variables, just like we did in 315. But before we get started, we'll be back right after this. Alright, so first we got our integers, or variables, 2 integers, num and guess. The next, we're going to change this boolean to done like we did in 5-15. And then let's go down, add one more integer, number of guesses, as we did before. And then let's go down, change, this is guessed. Here we see this is going to be changed to done. And then let's use our number of guesses equals 0. Alright. So we have another is guess, so we can, let's see, now that works, not going to work. Wow. We'll change that to number of guesses. So we'll go ahead and do this. We don't need a not in this while statement, so we'll do number of guesses less than 5 because we want to still be less than 5 or 5 or less. And we'll use the done. And then let's use another bracket to close that out. There we go. That looks good. So this time we want to enter an integer greater than or equal to 0 and less than 100. That's fine. Guess is the variable, and count out or count cout is okay, inline is good, but let's go ahead and add one more here. Increment our guesses, number of guesses plus plus again, and semicolon there. Alright, let's make sure I got guesses. Didn't use a semicolon, I don't know what I was thinking there, but we got our semicolon. Alright, so everything else looks good so far. Down 31 when we did that. Now we have our if statement, if guess equals number. Then we're going to do, again, we're going to do winner. You guessed the correct, so it's that winner. And let's see, winner. We'll do one explanation and a period. Space. You guess the correct number. Line and done equals true. Not is guess. So let's make this done. And then else if. Actually, let's just do just an else, and then do our diff. Take that away. Else would be, since we have an else here, we're going to go ahead and use a bracket. And if equals yes, and this is for the already in our STD library guess. Semicolon there, and do an if underneath that. If guess less than num, and we need another bracket for the if statement. So it's pretty nested. There we go. Now. Let's do if diff is greater than or equal to 50. Remember all these other options that we added. We're going to use, what was the first one? Okay, that's what I'm messing up right there. Diff to ifs. Alright, so let's see here. Alright, I think we left out a variable because our diff is not showing as a variable, and we did. Let's add diff in here. Okay. Now we should be good to go. Let's see. Yep, we got our diff in. Don't know how I forgot that, but it happens sometimes. Alright, so now our diff is looking good. Now when we say it's greater than 50, we're going to say, one of many. It's going to say your guess is very low. Okay. In line. Next, let's do an else if. We'll keep that tight. And we'll go straight to, let's see, what's it, 30 less than or equal to diff and diff is greater than 50 or less than 50. Sorry. There we go. And we'll print out cout. Your guess is low. Right, and then let's go on. Okay, I forgot my period. Let's fix that. Period. And period. And then we're going to do the same thing as we did on top. And line. Alright, let's do another else if. Keep running these else ifs until we finish the low ones. If. And let's go 15. You know what? Let's go ahead and do this. Save a little time. Copy and paste that and correct it. Do it again. That should be alright. So now from 30, we're going to go 15 here. And what's the direction? Say 30 here. And then your guess is moderately low. There we go. And then here's your guess is somewhat low. And there we go. So we got our else ifs. Now let's do another else after, let's see, after this if, and else right here. I'm going to leave that whatever else down there if we need, just in case we need it. But we might not. But we'll just keep on coding away until we get it. Alright, so if diff this time. Now we're going to do our large. So I can just go like this. Okay, let me just take this. Yep. Okay. So here we're going to use this. And we should be able to this time change the signs. If diff is greater than 50, your guess is very high. Change low to high, it should be. This doesn't seem right. Okay. Alright, so if you're fit that much off, got it. So let's go high. So we're going to do this time, we're going that way. Yeah, that's right. High. Moderately high. So I copied and pasted those else statements and else if statements and if statement and changed the word low to high. Alright, so let's see, make sure 0 this time 0 should not have an equal to it, just be here. The 0 should not have an equal to it as well. Let's take that out. Alright, so greater than 15. Let's look good. Alright, so let's go and so that should be an if statement. So we don't need these at all. So yeah, let's get rid of this. We're going to do an if statement though. Together. So we'll do our if. first if we go here, so let's drag it down, and we'll do if number of guesses not equal to 5. And let's see out. And color guess again. And get some excitement to it. Let's go there. Let's go inline. Alright. And so we got the end while statement. So after this while statement, before I return 0, let's do another one. Let's go if not done equal not done. So let's go and we'll just say let's go you little taunting in there. So you lose. The correct number is. And we'll use the number or the num variable. M. And then inline. And we're gonna there we go. Alright, so I think we have everything we need. So we got comics force. So let's go up. Alright, take a good look at it. So we added done as a variable, as a boolean, and a diff as an integer, and number of guesses as an integer for our variables. So line 13, 14, and 16. Then we went down and replaced that other is guesses or whatever that was to done. So done equals false, and then number of guesses equals 0. And while number of guesses is less than 5, and done, not done, enter an integer greater than or equal to 0 and less than 100. So let's go ahead and continue on. Everything else looked the same. We added this else statement, and then diff equals abs number minus guess, like they told us in the directions. And if guess is less than num, then we did our if statement. If is greater than or equal to 50, or diff is greater than or equal to 50, then your guess is very low, your guess is low, your guess is moderately low, your guess is somewhat low. Then your guess is high, your guess is very high, your guess is high, your guess is moderately high, your guess is somewhat high. And then guess again, you lose, the correct number is none. Alright, let's try to run this. I don't remember what, we got to guess the numbers, so we'll know. So between 1 and 100, let's go 60. Your guess is somewhat low, so we go 74. You guessed the correct number. Okay, so that's somewhat moderate and all that worked. Okay, so we got it. So it looks like it's good to go. Let's calculate and let's get this code back to you while it's doing that. It did run properly. It did everything we said it would do. So go ahead and take a look at line. Let's see. Let's start. We didn't change anything in the include, so let's start with line 11 through 31. Give you a few seconds with that. And as always, if you need more time, go ahead and pause it. So we're going to scroll down. Line 32 through 52. Uh-oh, something went wrong here. So we got, oh, no, still calculating. All right, so if you need more time, go ahead and pause that from 32 to 52. Mine might be screwing up again like it was the other time and it wouldn't calculate, but I do believe it is done correctly. So line 53 to 72. So that's what it did last time. It calculated for a long time and it gave me an error. So if you have the same thing, just go back and you can close it out, open it up, go back and calculate it. It should save your code. All right. So go ahead and pause if you need more time for 53 to 72. And then we'll do the rest of the code, which is right there. And let's see what we got. Yeah, we're still calculating. Yeah, there's an issue with that, but I do believe that is the correct code. If you don't get it, I'll check back later when I get through and check it out. All right, so here's a slow roll through the code. Again, top to bottom. Yeah, issue occurred while calculating your final grade. Yeah, just need to reset that. But it looks like it's good. All right, so we'll see you on the next one, and right after this. So we're programming in C++, programming exercise 5-17. This one's going to be write a program to implement the algorithm that you designed in exercise 19 of chapter 1. Your program should allow the user to buy as many items as the user desires. Instructions for exercise 19 on chapter 1 have been posted below for your convenience. Jason typically uses the internet to buy various items. If the total cost of the items ordered at one time is $200 or more, then the shipping and handling is free. Otherwise, the shipping and handling is $10 per item. Design an algorithm that prompts Jason to enter the number of items ordered and the price of each item. The algorithm then outputs the total shipping and handling fee and the billing amount. Your algorithm must use a loop repetition structure to get the price of each item. For simplicity, you may assume that Jason orders no more than 5 items at a time. An example of the program is shown below. So he's like enter, order 3, enter the price of item 1, $79, $23.50 for a second, $1.99 for the third. The shipping and handling fee is $30. The billing amount is $134.49. Since your program handles currency, make sure you use a data type that can store decimals with decimal precision of 2. So yes, we will be doing back to our precision, setting our precision. So here's our code. We'll make that a little bit bigger again. And the first thing we're going to start with is our include statements, of course. So we're going to need a couple. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. Let's go ahead and add our F string. Oops. All right. Then let's add our S or string, just regular string. And then good old IO manip. All right. Namespace is good. Now this time, since we're going back to chapter 1 type assignment, we're going to need our constant. And it's going to be a string sentinel this time. All capitals. Sentinel. All right. And we're going to equals, since it's a string, we're going to go quotes -1. Oops. -1. And that good old semicolon. All right. So now that's all we need for the top. So let's start with our variables. Let's get our cosmetics taken care of and leave a little room to work. So first variable, let's go string, and let's make it name. Then let's do some integers. First one, number of volunteers, num of volunteers. Okay. Let's comma. Let's do num of boxed. Actually, no, that's not correct. Let's get that started over. Start that one over. See what I did wrong. We don't need, but the IO manip include statement added. I had the wrong directions up. And nor do we need our constant sentinel yet. I'll get to that later on. And our variables, we will go take these out. Let's start with a double. Wrong instructions, but that's all right. Billing amount will be the first, and we will initialize that to 0.0. Then we'll go integer, and that will be num of items ordered. And we have a couple doubles. shipping and handling fee. So shipping and handling fee. So let's initialize that to 0.0. That's done. And then the next double is going to be price. There we go. And then integer, let's call it count. And I think that's all we need for our integer or for our variables. So let's go with our set precision. Fixed. Haven't seen it in a while, but show point. And set precision. And it's going to be 2 decimal places. So there we go, 2. All right. Now let's do our cout, and we want to say enter the number of items ordered. Go. And CIN. Number of items ordered. Okay, I'll wait for it to pop up. Make sure I got the right variable. And then cout inline. And let's go quick for statement. And let's say count equals 1. That, and then count less than or equal to number of items ordered, num of items ordered. Let's do a semicolon because that's a variable, and then do our count plus to increment that. And since we have a for statement, let's do our brackets, open them up. And then we want to say enter the price of item number 1. Or no, let's go. Enter price of item number. Let's do like that. And then leave a space. And let's do the variable count. That. And then allow the comma. Let's go colon in the space so that we properly spaced. And we'll call that variable price. And then line. And see, we're not done with the for statement yet. We will need billing amount. That's what we do. Billing amount. Equal billing amount plus price. Alright, sounds simple enough. So let's go ahead on, step out of this. We're done with that for statement. So let's add an if after that. And let's go billing amount is less than billing amount less than 200. Then we will go shipping and handling. Here we go. Handling fee equals 10 times number of orders or number of items. Num of items ordered looks good. So let's go ahead and finish it up. Lines up with billing. Yep. So we wanted to say shipping and handling fee is shipping and handling fee is, and we're going to use our dollar amount, a dollar sign with a space, and let's call it, use the variable shipping, call that variable and inline. Then we're going to see out. Billing amount is and we're going to go put a dollar sign as well, and then use the billing amount variable. Call that. And then inline. All right. Let's bring up our bottom turn 0. So let's go and review what we did here. Let's see. Top, we only needed to add the IO manip on line 2, include statement. Okay, over. Then our declared our variables, billing amount, initialized to 0.0, item number, integer number items ordered, double shipping and handling fee equals 0.0, then double price integer count. Then we did set our position to 2 decimal points. Then enter the number of items ordered using the number of items, or call the number of items ordered. Then for statement, so count equals 1, count is less than or equal to the number of items ordered, count plus plus. We increment that. Now here we have enter the price of item number. So we have, what do we got here? 23, 4. Got our brackets. Did I go over too many places? What's this? So we must have integral or OSCE. Enter, and I did, and I did that. All right, let me check that again. Okay, I don't want to do that, but there we go. Let's fix. All right, so let's go on to count. Call the count variable, price variable that. Then billing amount equals billing amount plus the price. And billing is less than $200. Shipping and handling fee equals 10 times the number of items ordered. And then the shipping and handling fee is, and the billing amount is using those variables. All right, let's go ahead and use this for our input. So number of order items is 3. $79 for the first one. 0.00. $23.50 for item number 2. And the price for item number 3, $1.99. And we got $30 shipping, $104.09. Oopsie. Oopsie goosey. What do we do wrong here? Billing amount is shipping and handling fees $30. Billing amount is $4. So it should be $134. So we might have missed something here. Let me check it again real quick before we calculate it. Add these. Right, so let's do billing amount equals billing amount plus shipping and handling fee. So that'll add those two together. Move handling fee and there. All right, so let's run that again and run that back, and we should get our $134.99. Okay, so we got 3 items. 79.00, $23.50, and $1.99. And there we have it, $30 and all $134.99. Let's go ahead and calculate that. See if we're going to allow me to calculate today. I don't want to restart. So let's go to top again. So we ordered we included our include statement IOmanip. We cleared our variables here. See, let's go down. And we'll let you look at that from 9 to 28. Declared variables, set our precision to 2 decimal points. And as I said earlier, let's scroll down. So we got our 100%, we got our green, so we're good to go. And let's go down, pause if you need to look at that longer. And that's the bottom of the code. So if you need to look at that longer, go ahead and pause as we're going to move over to the next exercise. All right, we're after return. We'll return right after this. Programming in C++, programming exercise 5-18. And this one we're going to the program in exemplified as for uses a sensitive control loop to process cookie sales data. Assume the data is provided in a file called chapter 5 ex or exercise 18 data.txt, and the first line in the file specifies the cost of one box. Modify the program in mains.cpp so that it uses the end of file control loop for processing the data from the text file. So, all right, let's go ahead and see what we got here. Some of the stuff we're not going to need. So we got our IO stream, which is good. We got our string, but we need our F string. So let's add it here. F stream. This is really and our IOmanip is already there, so we don't need that. We really don't need this constant integer in this one. So let's get this out of the way. Now we're already got. So let's look at our variables. Let's collapse this a little bit because it's got too much space. The first string is name, and that seems to be okay. Number of volunteers, number of boxes sold, total number of boxes sold. Nothing wrong with that. And a double cost of one box. So let's bring this up. And we're going to need our IF stream. It's nowhere to be found in there, so let's go ahead and put it in. IF stream and info. Alright, so got that good to go. And let's go ahead and include our file since they didn't. Infile dot open, and it's called chapter 5 underscore ex 18 data text, and semicolon outside of that. Then okay, open. Let's go to if info. So we're gonna set our precision. Oh, we'll do this first. Let's go. All right, so we got our brackets. So if info, not info cout, and we want to say unable to open the input file. If we can't open it, file period, the program terminates. On that, if they wished. And there we go. Online. Alright, so get our set precision and we can use that. Scroll down. I don't know what that's all about. We're not going to use that. Line 14, we've already done that. So let's go delete this one, this whole thing. That And bring it up one more. So total number of boxes sold equals 0. And in file, not there, so let's go ahead and add it. In file, and use the variable. Actually, let's go this way. In file, let's use that camel case and cost of one box. Let's call that variable. Then let's do another variable in file. Let's do name. So that's, since they're on there, we're not going to be able to use that. It's in the file. So get it from the file. In this while statement, let's check on that. Let's call this in file. So we don't have that sentinel. Okay, what was that all about that? Okay. There we go. And it's going to be, this is going to be in file. Let's bring it in from the file. Number of boxes sold. Total number of boxes equals total number of boxes sold. And plus number of boxes sold. That's good. Number of volunteers plus plus. And we need to kick this up. And once again, change this CN to in file, since we're getting it from the file. Alright, so that's good for that while statement. And let's see what else we have. So we got our console out, or C out in line. I'll just correct again. Instructions that we didn't need. So let's get rid of these. After that, total number of boxes sold. Where's the total number of boxes sold? Let's use this one. That's that. Let's put space here. Change this to total number of boxes sold and total boxes sold in line. And then here we got total money made. Let me get this one then. That, so let's go with that. Alright, so now the total money made by selling cookies, there we go. So let's take this out, 30, and then total boxes times cost, that looks good. And then our if number of volunteers is not equal to 0, count, get this line 32 in there. The average, oops, these quotes back there. The average number of boxes sold by each volunteer. And we'll go total number of boxes sold divided by number of volunteers. Then in line, get this up here. Space. There we go. Then we got an else, C out, and let's go no input. That's good. Take that out. Input, inline, and then one thing we need to add. Close out our file, so we go in file dot close and return nothing. Semicolon. All right. So there we go. So let's look at this again, see what we did. Make sure we have no errors. So we added our F stream. Everything else was there. And we got rid of that constant that we didn't need. Using namespace, string name. Variables were good, we just had to place them. and then we add our IF stream in file, then in file to open, and if not in file, or yeah, if statement. I would open the input file. If it didn't open, you get that message and close the program. Then we set our precision to 2 decimal points. Total boxes sold initialized 0. Number of volunteers initialized to 0. Let's see what we got here. So one thing we can add to what they didn't do, this right here. Scouts. Let's do processing data. Period. And then we end this line and semicolon. That should clear. And it did. Alright. So in the total number of boxes 0, number of volunteers is 0. In file costs of 1 box. In file is a name variable. While in file, so we replace the CIN. In file, number of boxes sold. That looks good. A while statement. Right. Anything else looks number of boxes sold. In file name. Okay, number of volunteers plus. Then see out in line. Then we started another one. The total number of boxes sold. The total money made by selling cookies, total number of box times cost of 1 box. Okay, this looks good. And that looks good. The average number of boxes sold by each volunteer. And no input. And then close the file. And everything looks good. So let's go ahead and try to run this and see what we got. It doesn't tell us what to do with our input, so I guess we can pick what we want. Alright, so 5-4, processing data, and it gave us the information already. So let's calculate that, and I'll run you through the code again, so if you're still working on that, you have time to do that. Alright, so here's our, added the F stream to it. So here's lines 5 to 24. So if you need more time with that, go ahead and pause. So 5 to 25, sorry. So let's go to the if statement. There we go. So it's 24 to 43. And if you need more time working with those, go ahead and pause it. And we see I got our 100. Let's verify that. Yep. And both green checks. So next, go ahead and pause if you need more time with line 40 through 43. 4. Same thing. If you need more time with that line, go ahead and pause it down to 63, and I'll show you the rest of the code. There we go. Alright, still working. Pause. One more slow roll all the way through so you can see it again. Alright, that was it for exercise 5-18. And we'll go on to the next one right after this. Programming in C++, programming exercise 5-19. And it's going to be, here's a program that you wrote in exercise 18 by modifying it as follows. When the students started selling cookies, they were told the students who sell the maximum number of boxes will have 10% of the money they generate donated to their favorite charitable organizations. So in addition to the output your program generated in exercise 18, your program should output the name of all students selling the maximum number of boxes, the amount that will be donated to their favorite charitable organizations. Output amount donated to each charity, output names and students selling maximum number of boxes. Alright, so let's see what we got here to the top of this. And our include statements are good to go. Let's see. Now this time we're going to need to add that sentinel and a constant and st, and then make it a string, Sentinel and make it equal -1 and semicolon. Alright, so let's go down to our variables. We did constant string, which is Sentinel, equals -1 in quotes. These four, good, all those are looking good. Double cost of box, total money made. That's what we need to add here. Let's go down one. Actually, yeah. Double total money made. And then we go down again. Space integer. Max number of boxes sold by a student. A student. And this one will be a double, and we'll call it amount donated to a charity. Alright. And another double. Total money donated. Let's initialize that to 0.0. And then let's go another double. Net money made. And there we go. Alright, so that's our variables. You can take a look at those again. So we added our Sentinel value, our constant Sentinel that is. Then we did our variables. So let's see if anything else is needed here. Alright, let's go down. File count. That's good. Total number of boxes sold is no. So we're gonna have to add after processing data. Let's see. Total boxes sold. So let's add one more here so we get the next variable. Max number of boxes sold by a student. Max number of boxes should be coming up. Look at my variable. Maybe I didn't do it right. I put maximum. Nope, maximum. That's why. Maximum. Yeah, these long variables. Boxes. Max num boxes sold by a student. Max num boxes. So if it doesn't come up for auto boxes sold area, it doesn't come up. And that's not spelled right. And let's initiate that to 0. Initialize that. Initiate. Alright, so in file looks good. Name, while statement is going to be in file still. Number of boxes sold, total boxes sold, that stays the same. Number of volunteers, and we have in file. We'll push that down. We still need that in file within the statement. But before we do that, let's do a quick if. Alright, so let's do if. Our new variable will be max number of boxes sold by a student. There we go. And let's go. It's less than number of boxes sold of boxes sold. Then we will go to this. Let's tab over again. Max boxes sold by a student equals number of boxes sold. Alright, a semicolon there. Then we got our in files correct. Close out that while loop. total boxes. Got some more to do. The total number of boxes sold. And we got to do some math here for this one. Let's go ahead and do that. Or add our right here. Okay, total money made. Money made will equal total number of boxes sold times cost of one box. There we go. And then let's go out. And we want to say the total money made by selling cookies before donating to charity. Charity. Let's add a dollar sign for that. And let's get out of there before we get too long. Down to the next line and use our variable, which would be total money made. Money made. Okay, there we go. And then we'll end that line. All right. So, our if volunteers looks good. So we're missing something. No. Input. Close. Let's add input. Infile. Clear. And box set. Semicolon. All right. So, everything else looks input, clear, input file. Let's open it back up because we have to do this again. In file dot open and add it again to chapter 5 EX 19 data text and semicolon. All right. So now got that. Let's do one more if. If come on, okay, if no in file, we're going to say file brackets and I'm going to see out. Unable to open the file, input file. Program terminates. Period. That's the explanation. And then so if it doesn't open, going on because the information is on the file. In line, and then we're going to return 1 here. And that's that if statement. So then we'll do our rest right after this. Alright, so let's go ahead get out of that while or that if, and let's do cout and maximum number of boxes sold by an individual student. Variable on that one. Use max. Number of boxes sold by a student. There we go. And inline. Alright, then we got, this would be amount donated to the charity equals max num box sold by a student times cost of one box times the 10% times 0.10, which is 10%. There we go. And then see out the amount donated to charity to each charity is each charity is, and we're going to leave a $sign right there. Actually, let's don't do that. Let's just be consistent, and let's do variable amount donated to charity. On variable. And then in line. And then another cout. And let's do this one. The names of students selling the maximum number of boxes are. Boxes are. There's no verb for that one. Alright, so we'll get that from the in file again. In file. It's going to be cost of the box. Name. That's not that. File. All right, so let's get that. All right, so let's go down. Start a while here. Of course, we're going to use our in file, and then let's go brackets, and let's go in file, and our variable is going to be number of boxes sold, num of boxes sold, and we'll do a semicolon. Now let's do if num boxes sold equals max number boxes sold by a student, and do brackets for this one. We'll say total money donated equals total money donated plus amounts donated to charity. And semicolon. And let's see out and use the name variable, just see what it is. And then let's in line. Alright, and then that's it for that if statement. And then let's go down for the while. Let's do for this if if statement. Let's go in file. Name, semicolon, and then let's go outside of this one and use T. It's inline. Then let's do net money made equals total money made minus total money donated. So there we go. So, and we got the, let's see. So let's go see out. The total money donated to charity and this time we're going to use the dollar symbol and we'll go use the variable total money donated and inline. Alright, looks good. And see out here, and total net money made from selling Girl Scout cookies. Girl Scouts cookies. Dollar sign there. And let's shorten this up. And net money made. Inline. Return 0. And there we have it. So let's go ahead and run this first before we go through the Alright, we got some numbers, and let's calculate it, and we'll look at the code. I think we're looking good over there. So here's lines 1 through 22. You need some time with them. If you need more time for those lines, go ahead and pause it, as we're going to scroll down. 23, our last variable, to 41. Alright, so we got 100%, 2 green checks, looking good. Alright, so let's scroll down. If you need more time, go ahead and pause it. And there you go. 43 to 62. Once again, if you need more time, go ahead and pause it. And scroll down again. And there's 63. Oops. Sorry, let's go back to 63 to 83. Alright. So if you need more time for those lines, go ahead and pause it. And we got 84, other side of the if statement, to 103. And if you need more time for those lines, go ahead and pause it, as we're going to scroll down again. Okay, 103 to 122. And if you need more time for that, go ahead and pause it, as we are going to very last line, leave you there. So thanks again for watching video. This was 16 to 5-19. And please go ahead and smash the like button, leave a comment. And like I said before, please subscribe to the channel so you can see when new videos are posted. We're going to try to get through chapter 5 here in the next few days. So thanks again. I'll see you on the next one.